Okay, so r cos and r sine formula. So we are told to express 5 cos theta minus sine theta in the form r cos theta plus alpha, where r is greater than 0 and alpha is between 0 degrees and 9 degrees, giving the exact value of r and the value of alpha corrected to 2 decimal places. So before we can even start this question, we have to know how to get the values of r and alpha. So there are 2 steps that we have to keep in mind when solving or trying to rewrite an expression in terms of r cos or r sine. And the first thing is basically to find r, and the second step is to find alpha. So before we can even do step 1, we just have to know some formulas behind r cos and r sine. So what we're going to do, the sum of the theory, is we could get 4 different types of equations. Okay, so the first type of equation, or first 2, which is summed up in one equation, could be a sine x, okay, plus or minus b cos x, and this can be written in the form r sine x plus minus alpha. So if you have a sine x plus b cos x, you could rewrite that equation r sine x plus alpha. And if you have the a sine x minus b cos x, you could rewrite that in r sine x minus alpha. Okay. The second form that we could get is a cos x plus minus b sine x, and this could be written in the form r cos x minus plus alpha. So if you have a cos x plus b sine x, you could rewrite that as r cos x minus alpha, and the last one is a cos x minus b sine x, could be written in r cos x plus alpha. Okay, so that is the general format. So if you just have a look at what we have over here, 5 cos theta minus sine theta, we should be able to see that cos is near the front, so this has to do with the second equation, where a is 5, b is 1, and yeah, okay, so that's just how you would recognize that. That's cool. But now just to talk about how to get r. So r is equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared. So if you know what your a squared and b squared is from an expression, you will be able to find r. Okay. And then lastly, how you get alpha. Okay, so how to get alpha. Alpha, it can be found from the equation r cos alpha equals a, or you can get it from r sine alpha equals b. Okay, so here are our 2 main formula that you will need to solve for r and for alpha. So having a look again at our equation, okay, I'm going to put this in blue. Let's see if we can solve this. So 5 cos theta minus sine theta. We've got to write that in r cos theta plus alpha. So the first step is to find r. So in this equation we can see that our 5 represents a, our b, okay, is a 1. Our b is 1. So 5 cos theta minus 1 sine theta. Okay, so then we can find r. So step number 1. So r is equal to the square root of our a squared plus b squared, and we can see our a squared would be representing our a is 5, so it's 5 squared, plus our b is 1, so 1 squared. So this would add up to 25 plus 1, and so r is equal to the square root of 26. Okay, so we have our r. And now the last step that we have to do is to find alpha. So alpha is found by using one of these 2 equations. So I'm going to use the first one. I'm going to go r cos alpha is equal to a. So we know what r is. R is the square root of 26. Cos alpha is equal to, and we can see our a in this equation is 5. Our a is 5. So we make it equal to 5. So now we can solve for alpha. So cos alpha is equal to 5 over the square root of 26. Therefore, alpha is equal to arc cos 5 over square root 26. So now we get our calculator, and arc cos 5 divided by the square root of 26. Let's see what this gives us, which is 11,3. 11.3. Okay, if I take it to 2 decimal places, this will be 11.31. Alright. Degrees. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so now all we need to do is now just double check everything's okay. So is r greater than 0? Well, square root of 26 is greater than 0, that's good. And 11.31 degrees is between 0 and 90 degrees. Alright, so that's cool. So that was our r, and we have our alpha. So now we can just rewrite our expression in terms of r cos theta plus alpha. So our final answer would be in this form. So r cos, I'll just write over here, theta plus alpha, and we know that what our r is. So r is the square root of 26 cos theta plus our alpha is 11.31 degrees, and that's our final answer. Okay, cool. So that is how you would rewrite an expression in terms of r cos and r sine. So just know your formula and just follow each step, and you should be able to complete the question correctly, and you should be fine. Okay, cool.